Hello everybody. I'm just about to reclaim some clay that I've had soaking down in this blue bin here, and I'm going to put this onto some plaster bats that you see there on the side. These are actually made from plaster that you can get from, I should say plaster of Paris actually, that you can get from your local builder's merchant. Make a wooden square frame on a flat surface and put in some mesh, some wire mesh. So you pour in the plaster of Paris into the mould and then put the mesh in the middle, okay, just half an inch or so from the edge, and then pour in the rest up to the top of the mould. Let that go off and take it out, and then you've got these useful absorbent bats for reclaiming of clay. Now I'm a potter that likes to reclaim my clay if I can, because there's too much waste in the world as it is. So you can actually reclaim clay just by putting it onto your bats. Ordinary, when I say bats, I mean all your boards, I should say. Or you can put it onto these bats. Well, okay, this has been in here now for some time, this clay, and when you reclaim clay, the best thing is to wait until it's dry. Don't try and reclaim clay that's still cheese hard. Dry it out first completely, 100%, and soak it down in water. Right, this has been soaked here. You get a nice, I'll show it to you, a nice mushy mixture. How long do I leave it in here? Well, longer the better really, until it's thoroughly wetted down. But as I say, if you put actually bone dry clay in, it will soak down much faster than if you put in wet clay or cheese hard clay. Just doesn't have the absorbency. So there we go. Right, so we're covering these over here like this, sort of about an inch deep approximately. There we go. You'll find that in the process of time, as this dries, it can get a bit crusty around the edges. When that happens, just press the crusty bits into the main body of the wet clay and smooth it over with your hands, so you don't have any kind of crusty peaks that are emerging out of the drying clay, because you don't want that. It's best to keep the whole lot all of an even kind of wetness. There we go. Now I've got quite a few of these absorbent bats. I've only got 2 here that I'm going to be using at the moment. When the clay is obviously drying out quite a lot, what I would do is turn the whole lot over, flip it over on its back on each board bat, and now best not to let it get too dry. Take it a little bit on the wet side if you can, because if you let it get too, especially on these absorbent bats, they'll take it drier than you want, quicker than you want sometimes, so you have to watch them. And you may only need to be here for a day, depending on the weather conditions, of course. Alright, so that's how we reclaim our clay. And I usually have one of these This is a bin here that's got a lid, so I put my clay into there, put the lid on, and I leave it there. Just forget it, put it in there. When it's full, bring it out and do this. Should be just as good, the clay, really. It probably would be benefit and be better if it was actually put through a pug machine or something like that. Well, I don't have a pug machine. I just have to knead it like this. I'm the pug machine. Okay, there we go. Good luck.